Across our universe, a special significance is often bestowed upon the third planet from a star. Earth, Kepler 186, and Centauri Plame 293. In the Pathfinder universe, another third planet exists, the world of Golarion.
Golarion is a striking blue and green jewel against the backdrop of the void. Clouds of white and grey dance across its atmosphere, forming ever-changing patterns over the continents. Vibrant blue oceans reflect the golden sunlight, while its lush green landmasses are marked by vast forests, rolling hills, and towering mountain ranges.
Golarion is a world of contrast and complexity, from ancient ruins that hold undead civilizations to vibrant, multicultural cities of the living. Golarion is a place of magic and mysteries, where legends come to life, and a captivating narrative of cultures, ancestries, and histories weave an incredible tapestry.
Join us in the heart of the Pathfinder universe, a hub of magic and myths, where ancient gods and fabled creatures shape its destiny. Join us for tales of long-lost treasures, nefarious villains, and heroic alliances that will shape the fate of the world and become known as the Wayfinder Legends.
There's a circus, an assortment of peculiar characters and motley entertainers are moving about. The night is late, the entertainments are done, and the performers are no longer performers. They're now workers, packing up their wares, preparing to break camp in the coming morning to move on to the next town. A dim glow comes from one small circus tent, and a black-robed figure glances unsurely left and right before advancing to the tent's opening and ducking inside. The small tent is barely room enough for the two individuals there. The dim light from a lantern hangs down in the center, revealing a colorful decorations and eccentric props about the interior edges on the fabric walls. In the center of the tent, directly under the dim lantern, is a small table covered in purple cloth with a crystal ball placed at its center. An average-sized goblin, dressed in a mishmash of brightly colored clothes, is off to one side, packing up his few wares and trinkets. The black-robed figure enters and stops suddenly at the sight. A sleek black cat slips stealthily in behind her.
No, sorry. Surface is closed. We have...
The goblin turns his head just enough to notice the silver thread that embellishes the hood and the hem of the black-robed figure. Wealth, he thinks.
Ah. We have just enough time for one more reading. Welcome, Nover Traveler. Come in. I can see you have questions about your future.
No, I just a weary traveler seeking shelter. Your circus master said that I could rest in the safety of this troop for the night if I paid you a gold to read my fortune. Can a goblin like yourself really do that?
He's a Doris, aren't you, eh? Yes. Indeed I can. Harnessing the powerful magic of my crystal ball, I can pierce the very fabric of time itself. Sit, and be amazed at the destiny that awaits you, O noble traveler.
Fawin takes a seat across from Plame the goblin at the small table. Mesmer, her cat, deftly jumps into her lap and looks up, once at Fawin, who's still glancing about the room. The cat then also stares intently at the crystal ball. Plame takes a few moments arranging various items and trinkets on the table, lighting a candle here and there. He uses this time to discreetly study the young half-elf. He settles onto his cushion, places his hands on the ball.
Let the energies converge. Let the spirits guide me.
Plame closes his eyes and starts speaking quietly.
I see a young half-elf. She seems to be leaving her home, running from something, or maybe in search of something.
Suddenly, the ball flickers with an eerie glow, catching Fawin's attention. Mesmer purrs softly. Plame jerks back momentarily. There's a look of confusion on his face, but he quickly recovers and leans back to the crystal. As he peers into the glowing orb, he starts to discern images unfolding inside. As he watches, mesmerized by the visions before him, he is completely unaware that words start falling from his mouth.
Do not fear, Fawin Nathanathaisa, but know that you are destined for greatness.
What name did you say?
Fawin leans in and looks into the crystal as well. A vision unfolds. She sees figures in the misty light, and somehow, even without seeing the details, she knows that it is her. It is her, and then the vision flashes, and it changes. It is fire. They are surrounded by screaming crowds. It changes again. There are reptilian faces. There are screams in a dark jungle. Over and over, it changes, one after another. Falling stones, a lighting circle, things appearing from the sky. And her in the center of it all, helping the downtrodden. Scenes of their thanks cried out in the downtrodden peasants that she is saving. The crystal ball swirls with more activity. Mesmer stirs, and Fawin absentmindedly moves him to her shoulder. The cat's piercing green eyes reflect the swirling light of the crystal ball.
Indeed, Fawin Athanalasia, you have inside of you the ability to earn the title of hero. Do not fear, daughter of Kriti and Alathanis.
How do you know that name? I never mentioned my parents. What trickery is this?
The soft swirling light of the crystal fades away.
What was I saying?
Fawin stands up and pulls her hood back, revealing her elven ancestry. I demand to know how you know that. What magic is this? What ruse has given you this information?
No, I assure you, this is no ruse. You are special, noble one. I do not know why the magic works so strongly tonight, but there is no doubt you have a noble destiny before you.
Fawin stands up to leave. Do not flatter yourself that you would know my destiny, Goblin. Listen, I do applaud you for your charlatanry. It's impressive. So believable, it even caught me by surprise. But I'm certainly not staying here so you can pilfer more of my information and more of my gold from me. Or perhaps even use me as some ruse to escape your service here. I'll be leaving now. I'll find another tent, Goblin. Good night.
Plame stares at the tent flap for several minutes after Fawin leaves, and then slowly settles back into his cushion, muttering to himself.
A hero. Yes, he is destined to be a hero.
He remembers back to the flyer he'd seen earlier in the day, the flyer for a call of heroes. He looks into the crystal ball, remembering the flicker of flames that he had seen.
Yes, she is going to be a hero, and so am I.
One week later, you're sitting in the city hall of Breachville. The door bursts open, a small page runs in, smoke billowing around him. He hits his knees. It's on fire! It's all on fire! We're all gonna burn!
So Inara was like dozing off, half asleep at this point. But
Of course.
the word fire wakes her up a little bit. She kind of props up and is trying to see who is yelling the word fire right now.
There's this young page, looks like a young boy, about 13 or so, who's run in and climbed up on the stage here.
Okay. So that's like way across in the other corner.
He's up at the front. You're back at the back. So what is each of your... Actually, let's start by everyone determining their initiative.
Roll for initiative for the first time, guys. Yeah, go.
Probably adding perception to that initiative in this case?
It depends. What skill are you using? Let me know.
I think Fawin was paying attention, so she's going to use perception.
Okay.
Same for Boddy. Same for Plame.
You can't use perception. You were asleep back there.
She can. It won't be great. I got Boddy got a 12 for perception.
12
for his initiative.
Plame has an 18.
Ooh.
Fawin, who obviously, if we remember, was concerned that Mesmer the cat was up by Warble the goblin. She totally is paying attention to that and not what's going on. She rolled a modified 8.
Okay.
Okay.
And Inara rolled a modified 9. So a little bit better. But she is pretty far away.
Inara dozing off is still faster than Fawin.
Yep. She is a warrior, so.
Yeah. So I'm going to take a second here to point out in 2nd edition Pathfinder, initiative is based on a skill roll, and you can pick which of your skills you use for initiative so long as you can actually make it apply to the situation, such as Fawin, who is paying very close attention to the cat and therefore was going to use her perception check.
There you go.
Or if you're in a social situation and the social cues you up to like something that's coming, maybe that would be good. Or survival if you're out in the wilderness or something like that. Mm-hmm. Like look at it for an ambush.
Stealth if you're sneaking around.
Heck yeah.
I'm going to start working on how Fawin being pretty can be a factor.
Wow.
Wow, you feel right.
Charisma +3. Come on.
Okay, I see. Yeah.
Use what you got, right?
We will begin with Plame.
So right now we just see the guy burst out, and we see smoke coming out of the door.
Yes, so screaming, it's all on fire. And of course, everyone looks to the goblin.
So Plame's like, "Oh, that's cool."
Wait, that's your reaction? Okay. All right, Boddy? Yep.
Boddy is alarmed at the fire. He sees the frightened teenager running into the room, and he starts moving. He starts moving that direction. So 25 feet per move, 3 actions. So yeah, he'll do 2 moves toward that direction, and stay at an angle where you can see that to the doors. Can I make a perception check or an arcane check to see if it's a magical fire or if it's...
Yeah, they'll use 1 of your 3 actions.
Okay, I'll do an arcana check to see if there's any fires. That sound good?
All right, go for it.
Cool. Ooh, total of 12 arcana check to see if it's magical
That is fire. You're not really sure. So that's... So 1 was a move.
Yeah.
Action 2 is an arcana check, and action 3 is another move.
So the third action, he moves more like toward the second row of pews, right in the middle of basically the middle of the room, trying to get an eye of what's going on.
Yeah. I'm actually describe the room for the one who's listening. It's a giant room that is, 90 feet by 125 feet. It has a stage at the front with 5 desks and the 5 city councilmen setting up on the stage, and then there are 2 rows of pews, 7 in each side on the left and the right, with a big gap down the middle and tiny gaps on the sides.
So Boddy's just a little bit behind Plame, and to his right, and a little to the left of Fawin, who is both of them are in the front rows on opposite sides of the aisle, and he's directly in front of the Goblin emissary, or what was her title?
Warble was her name.
Warble, the
ambassador
of the Goblin. What is it?
Bumblebrashers.
Rumblebrashers. Sorry, my memory is horrible. And of course, right there in front is Mesmer. All right, so Boddy's just anticipating putting out a fire.
All right, Inara?
All right. Inara is going to take a move action to move from the back right corner towards this back door that's over here, or the door that they came in through.
Yeah, double doors they came in through. Yeah.
So the door is closed.
Yeah, they're currently closed.
And the fire is presumably on the other side.
Fire is coming out right here.
Okay.
It's the top left.
Can we see fire currently?
You can't. You can tell there's definitely has to be some kind of fire in behind this door in the top left corner, because there's smoke just billowing out.
All right, so she's gonna pull out her sword, bust down that front door here where we came in through, and this guard guy is here, right?
Yeah.
So it'd be my second action to open that door.
If you're just gonna bust it down, give me a strength check.
Okay.
Or athletics if you got that.
Yes, I will do athletics. A modified 16. Or 26, sorry. Rolled a 19 plus 7.
Easily. You kick it. And the handle goes flying, bouncing down the hall. The guard turns around and goes, "It was unlocked."
Nice.
She's gonna point her sword towards him. Hey, you want to do your job today? We'll get out there and start guiding people out the door so we can get them to safety.
All right. Make some kind of roll here.
Like intimidating? Did I do an intimidation
Roll. So 1 for moving, 1 for kicking, 1 for intimidating.
All right. Modified 11.
See what he would roll to resist this. That would be a modified 18. He's like, "I don't take orders from you." He's
really
got his mace
determined.
out and he's pointing it at you. He's going off. You damn heroes, you think you run the town. Nah.
You called for us to be here.
You nearly hit me with that door. You destroyed city property.
So that'd be my last
That's
action.
it. That's your third action.
Okay.
Fawin.
Fawin is going to use an action to command Mesmer to get back over here. Come here, Mesmer. Come here. That'll be her first action, is to command Mesmer to get over here. Hopefully, Mesmer will do so, and then she is going to move up onto the stage, getting away from the flux of people in case they start to panic. And for the third action, she also would like to see if she can tell anything about this particular fire, the smoke, how dangerous it might be, if it's magical or not.
Yeah, what are you rolling against?
I'm going to roll Arcana also.
Oh, okay.
This is a wooden building, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Everything in town's wooden.
Oh, my gosh. Natural 1!
Oh,
yeah. For a total of 8.
You're just sitting there thinking, everything in town's wooden. Everything in town's burned. It's all going to burn. Kid's right.
And
Y'all
so-
go and be gone.
Fawin will come up
Onto the stage.
in front of the older councilwoman that seems to be kind of like the lead of that or whatever, and says to her, "We need to evacuate the building. You know that."
Okay. So that's that. The people themselves haven't gone. And also there's something else that needs to go. The fire. The head councilwoman, Greta, taller, older lady, kind of looks like Kellid ancestry, bit of a tan, got tattoos on her face. She's standing up saying, Everyone, please remain calm. No one panic. We have heroes here to keep this all under control. So now it is the fire's turn. The fire surges through the door. It catches a 10-foot by 10-foot region in front of that door on fire. But this is all in flames now.
Oh, wow.
Yep. At which point, the dwarf counselor here stands up in his chair. After this huge explosion of flame, he stands and says, "What are you nutty standing around for? This place is about to become a kiln! Get out, you idiots!" And immediately panic ensues. Someone did not make the wisdom check. Immediately, people are screaming and hollering. Benches are being flipped over. They're tripping over one another. It's just chaos. Round 2.
So Plame sees the fire burst out, and he just kind of stares at it, almost mesmerized, going, "Ooh, that is cool."
Thank you for the useful display.
Typical pyromaniac. But,
Goblins.
Yep.
Goblins.
So Plane just stands there mesmerized the whole round. Wow.
2 in a row.
He's just like, okay.
Was Boddy next, or do you have like other people?
No, there's something else that is next.
Of course there is.
Uh-oh. This door back here bursts open.
Back behind the podium.
The door at the back of the stage, it's straight behind all of the council members. It bursts open and flame comes flooding out of it and engulfs the bookcases to either side.
Oh, no.
Oh,
So there is now a 4 hexes or 4 squares of flame, 2 to either side of the book.
oh.
Okay. Right behind the council members.
Now you're up, Boddy.
Boddy sees the flame on the back wall now just expanding, and he sees, all these panicking people, and he sees Plame just standing there looking at it. And so he'll walk past Plame, or he'll run past Plame, nudge him on the way by and say, "Oi, snap out of it. Gotta get out of here." Bumps Plame as he goes by, goes up to Fawin and says, "You got any way to put out this fire?"
No, I don't have any. My wine skin, my water skin, that's it. It's not enough.
No, just get these people out of here before they trample us. And so then he motions to the council members to follow him.
Whatever you do, don't use Inara's water skin.
It's making it worse. What is in here?
Now will be the council members. And they are going to start moving out, climbing down around their desks and coming off the stage. And as they're going, each of them are motioning to people to follow them. Follow us! Follow us! If they grab a person, and then they can use a second action to get another unclad feet. Each of them has grabbed at least one person and is dragging them out. Also, 3 or 4 people, I'll say a couple from each side, have run out of the room. Several places people have knocked benches over, tripped over each other, fallen on each other. It's just like a mosh pit over there. Okay, so now we're up to Inara.
All right. Inara is going to turn around and kind of slam her sword on the ground like, everyone this way, single file, come on. And kind of guiding everyone out through this back door. And then she's going to turn back at the guard who's not doing anything and point her sword at him again and be like, hey, get out of the way or do your job. No, I'm serious. Get out of the way or do your job.
I'm trying to intimidate you. Go for it.
It is a 15 this time.
Okay. And it is a 9 on this side. So it's like, right. He kind of snaps out of it. And he's like, all right, everyone out of the building, to the fountain.
I told them that, dummy. No, she's just trying to be as mean to this guard as possible. Because she does not like him.
Jerk, the public official. Thank you very much.
But, so would that all be like my first action or?
That would be, say, his second action, maybe?
Yeah.
Because once we're addressing the crowd, once we're him, I guess. So take one more.
I'm going to move down the middle aisle a little bit and kind of start helping people out of the pews and start guiding them.
Yeah, if you just get to the pews, you can grab one person. Maybe you can probably grab a couple because they're so clumped up. Mm-hmm. Grab a couple people who fall and pull them to their feet. And then next round, you can get them out of the room.
Okay.
All right, Fawin.
Fawin, seeing the flame burst out of the center room at the back behind the stage, on the bookshelves, sees the books and rushes over to the bookshelf and just starts throwing books off of the bookshelf, trying to save the books from the fire, just throwing them off of the bookshelf. So just going down there, putting one hand behind the backside of one book and just trying to throw them off onto the floor away from the fire.
Okay.
Is the floor stone, or is the floor also wood?
That stage is wood.
Okay.
The floor itself is stone. And I should inform you guys that where the benches were is now considered difficult terrain because they're all flipped over. So you'll move at half speed there. And so that was your...
And that'll be my turn. She'll use all 3, 1 action to move and 2 actions just to throw stuff.
I assume you're keeping an eye on the fire.
Yes, I mean, it's right there as it starts to spread along the bookshelf next to her. So.
Oh, yeah, the fire, it comes out, and if you see it climb up the bookshelf, and it starts running down the bookshelf away from you, like on little feet.
Okay, so can I retcon one of my actions when I notice that? Yeah. I am switching to a dice given to me by Dice Slayer at one of our live events. And that, Arcana probably, is a modified 21. Like, little feet, what?
Yeah, you know those. That's a fire method.
I instantly yell to the rest of the group, it's not just fire, it's fire methods. Fire methods in the fire.
It runs halfway down the bookshelf. It's just like got one hand going. This is spreading the fire with fingers touch the wall.
So, I am out of actions.
Alrighty. 2 more people, 1 from each side, will escape on their own. And all of the counselors will have left the building now.
So all the ambassadors made it out?
Yeah, all the council members and ambassadors are out of the room.
And there's still, about 20 townspeople total left in the house?
Yeah.
In the
there's,
city hall?
Well, there's probably closer to 30, but they're slipping out one at a time on their own.
Yeah,
and then the rest are trapped in that jumble.
Almost exactly 30.
What about these other 2 heroes that were in? There were 2 other heroes in the crowd, right?
Yeah.
What are they doing?
They're cutting the benches, trying to extricate themselves. They're
very good heroes.
Yeah, the people who fall on them, they're like shoving them off.
They must have rolled that.
They roll ones.
In life. Well,
yeah, it's a couple of their first level NPCs.
who's up now? Top of the round, or
well,
you have other things happening?
There is one thing, like I said, where the Mephit is. He creates himself another nice little fire.
Great, thanks, Mephit. So Mephit's like a little fire spirit.
Yep. What it looks like is it's about a 3-foot tall humanoid with kind of a big paunchy body, long skinny limbs, big nose, pointy chin, kind of caricature features.
Impish.
He's an imp. He's a fire imp from not from the lower planes, but from the elemental plane of fire.
Oh, wow.
And smoke, of course, is now starting to billow out of those flames. Into the round is the fire itself, which will spread. So the fire on the back wall spreads 5 feet to either side, attaching itself to the bit of fire that the Mephit started. And the fire back here in the top left corner will spread to fill the rest of that corner. Which puts us back to Plame.
Plame is going to sit and stare. No, just kidding. As Boddy runs past and jolts him, and he's like, kind of knocks him a little bit out of his mesmerization, and then he hears Fawin yelling about the Mephit. He is going to take move action to reach back to the backside of the pew that he's sitting on, and he's going to vault backwards and do a backflip and land behind that pew, kind of crouch down. And then he is going to reach underneath his cloak in his back and pull out this odd-looking crossbow. It's a crossbow, but it has an odd kind of stock, kind of strange. It's a little bit longer than usual. It's kind of hollow, but he holds it in both hands, and then he is going to take a shot at the Myth. That is a 13 modified.
AC 17, you miss.
Okay. And that's his actions.
It's so pretty. I mean, it's hard to focus. Okay, so next in the initiative order actually should be the Mephit. So what he's going to do is his first action is he goes, "Huh!" And you see flames spread from his wrists down to his ankles. Sticks both arms out to either side like a big T. Flame spreads from his wrists down to his ankles, almost like bat wings underneath.
Oh,
He flies off up into the rafters.
oh, great.
Make him fly.
Yeah, he flies off. He's almost dead center of the room, flying over the people, just cagging.
20 feet high.
Yeah, he's about, the bookcase was about 10 foot high, and then the stage itself was another 4, so he's maybe 15. Boddy?
Boddy sees this Mephit, and he knows this thing's going to spread more fire. And it's 15 feet high.
Probably 25. It's a nice big arched, almost cathedral-like building.
Boddy sees this creature fly over him, and he needs to put a stop to it. So he narrows his eyes and points his finger and casts Ray of Frost at it. Ooh. That's going to be a spell attack. You get a +6 on this roll to hit. And let's see what the dice say. A natural 2. So does an 8 hit the Mephit?
No.
It missed. Okay, and that took 2 actions to cast that spell.
Okay, it's 2 or 3.
He grunts in disapproval as he misses the spell. And
I'm going to take a second here to point out that of the 3 action economy, some things are more than 1 action. Like a spell uses up 2 of your 3 actions.
most of them do.
Yep. Go ahead.
So then he reaches over, he walks over to one of the peasants that's stuck, and he's going to try to lead them out. So puts a hand out and yanks that person toward the out of the rubble.
Alrighty.
He says, "Get up, you fool!" And that's in his turn.
Okay. 2 more people are going to escape on their own. That's the people's movement. And we are now down to Inara. You have 2 people you've picked up. You've pulled
All right.
to their feet.
So are they conscious? Or
One of them's limping a little, but you know.
I'm going to just swing them over my shoulders, haul out the back door.
I love it.
1 action or 2. Move
One
back
action
there.
to get them out the door. To get them, basically, you can get them outside there.
All right, and then what's this guy's name? The guard. What's your name?
Jan Janssen,
Of course it is.
son of Jan.
Get these people to safety. I'm going to keep getting more of them.
Actually, you see, has retreated, and he's in the square. He's shouting at people and pointing at the fountain.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, I'm going to make sure these 2 people, I'm going to set them down, make sure that they can get to the fountain, and then I'm going to move back up the middle aisle and grab the next 2 people.
Alrighty. So, that'll be next round. Fawin, you're up.
Fawin is going to see the Mephit fly off toward the middle of the room, and so Fawin has used her first action to follow it up her 25 feet, right there. And if my math is right with old Pythagoras, that will put her within 30 feet of the Mephit, and she is going to cast the 2-action cantrip telekinetic projectile. And making natural 20 on the dice layer dice. That's awesome.
Right. You see the cat kind of wink at you.
Of course, Mesmer.
So what's that total for?
The total is a 27.
That would be a
10
critical
above.
then.
Yep, critically.
Pause
Yeah,
here.
let's talk about this. Let's talk about how hits work in
There you go.
Pathfinder 2.
So in many games, the only way to get a critical success or critical failure is a 1 or a 20. But there's something different in Pathfinder 2E.
Yes, Pathfinder 2E, if you get 10 above what you need to hit, or 10 below, fail by 10, then it's a critical success or a critical failure.
Dun, dun, dun.
But combat does add one extra rule that if you get a natural 20, it is automatically a critical success, and a natural 1 is also automatically a critical failure. So 1s and 20s stay successes and failures, but you can still get a critical as long as you got enough adjustments.
So there's more heroism and more failure.
Yes, swingier, more chaotic.
Yeah.
A little crazy.
So any result 10 above the target to hit in combat is a critical hit.
Yeah.
Also, a natural 20 is an automatic crit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And although in combat, you can have critical failures, which, depending on what you're doing, can have consequences. In combat, a critical failure is still just a miss.
Gonna roll my 2d6 and double it. And that is a 5 and a 3 for 8 times 2 is 16 points of damage to the method.
Nice.
Dang.
Are there any other effects of a critical hit with that spell?
I don't believe there are any other effects with the critical success. You deal double damage. So
Hey, that's pretty good.
Boom. All right, you hit it, and you see just this wreath of fire expand for a second, and then it just dissipates, and there's nothing there. Like he's gone.
Poof. Poof goes the method.
Did you see that? Mesmer. That was awesome.
The cat's just laying there looking at his paw.
Boddy looks over at Fawin and just gives a nod of approval and looks back toward the fire.
Now we're on to the fire itself. Twin will spread 3 squares. So this one over here in the top left that takes up 6 squares spreads 50% of its size and trimmed.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So we're going to get 2 squares down the wall and 1 square onto the stage. The bookshelves are going to continue to spread. Right now, almost the entire bookshelves are engulfed in flame. We are back to the top of the initiative order. Plame, Fawin, and just being a hero.
Yes. See, I told you you had a destiny.
And with that, Plame is going to start looking around and seeing if there's anyone of the peasants who are having trouble getting out. And he is very nimbly going to be hopping and jumping across the rubble and grabbing people and where he needs to and yanking them their feet and getting them out.
What is your dexterity, Plame?
Dexterity bonus is a 4.
That would be the same as an 18 in old school D&D.
Correct. Or in Pathfinder 2, non-remastered, it would be 19.
I was letting her save 2 around with her strength with an equal amount of, and she has an equal strength, I believe, do you have dex? So I will let you save 2 around with your dex.
Okay.
So you can grab 2 and get them out of here.
Grab 2 and mainly help them get to that walkway in the middle. And he's going to assume that once they're in the middle and he kind of shoves them in the right direction, they can get out of their own.
You can basically drag 2 out of the mess per round.
Right.
Let me summarize what the room looks like right now. Right now, they're in this giant room. The entire back wall bookcase is engulfed in flame. The top left corner of this map is also engulfed in flame, which is starting to spread down the walls. There are jumbles of pews that have been in benches that have been kicked over, scattering the floor. There's probably about 20 people trapped in there. Inara and Plame have been dragging about 2 out per round, and also about 2 have been escaping on their own. And the party is just sort of spread randomly across the map. Now, we have one other little friend. He pops out.
Oh no, another method.
See, another method, and he comes crawling up, like he's like stuck to the ceiling in a little hallway, and he comes crawling in and pops up.
Quarter that their fire first started in.
Mm-hmm. So that's one action. He is going to just go make like an O with his hands, puts them to his mouth, and he's going to scream. Only instead of sound, fire comes out.
Ooh.
And he shoots out a 15-foot-long blast of fire.
So kind of like one of Inara's burps.
Yeah, it looks a lot like Inara's burps. So that's 2 more squares are now filled with fire from his belches.
Great.
Round 3.
So it's Boddy now. Boddy sees that gout of flame come from the mouth of this method, and he turns toward him. He will aim another ray of frost at this one, trying to hit. 7 plus 6 is 13.
So the flame he just belched at. You
But it
can't quite
missed.
get to him.
Does the missing ray of frost hit the wall and have any effect on the fire itself?
What is the area of effect of a ray?
It's a ray. It's like a beam.
It has to have an area of effect
Okay.
in order to take out fire.
And Boddy will use his third action to try to go get another person out of the pews.
What's your strength adjustment?
Strength adjustment is +3.
I'll let you get 2 people then.
Alrighty then. Boddy's just helping people that are close to the restroom, left and right.
And then 2 people escape on their own. And we are up to Inara.
All right. Basically going to do the same thing. Throw these 2 people over my shoulders. Go back down the middle aisle. Get back through the big doors. Make sure they're okay and can get to the fountain. And then I will go back and...
All right, getting down through the aisles, it's getting a little bit difficult because it's just getting smoky, so it's hard not to trip over these... it's hard not to trip over the benches that have been knocked over everywhere.
So would I need to make a constitution check for the smoke?
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay.
Fawin.
Well,
Fawin yells to Boddy, "Water! We need water!" And then does some quick estimation, and she's not gonna be able to get within range of this new method in the top left corner. So instead, she's moved herself 25 feet closer. Second action, pull out her sling and load it with a sling bullet. And then third action, let fly this
Ooh, a sling.
with this sling. Thank you, Dice Slayer from one of our live shows. A natural 19 on the die for a 23.
Not enough to have a critical. But it is still a hit.
And a 6 on the SDOA 1d6 dice. No modifiers from Fallen, so 6 damage with the sling stone. And part of Fawin kind of is starting to believe Plame's words.
Yeah, so far you're the only one who's even hurt one of these things.
Yeah.
Oh, I do need to back up Inara. When you dump those people off outside, Jan Janssen there, he has all the people lined up with buckets from the fountain.
oh, okay.
We're starting a bucket brigade.
Yes.
Somebody made his intelligence check. Starting next round, they'll be able to deliver 1 bucket per character.
So they're staying there. They're just going to give us the
lining up.
buckets. Okay.
Yeah, they're not sending people into the fire. Heck no. All right, into the round. The fire gets to do its magic. All right, so this fire in the upper left portion of the map covers 10 squares. Fire spreads by half of its size again each round once it gets out of control. So that one in the upper corner is going to spread for 5 more 5 by 5 foot squares. Here, catching the entire edge of the stage on fire now.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And then the bookshelf fire covers 12 squares, so it's going to spread, and it's going to encompass 6 more squares, so it's enough to take up the entirety of all the bookshelves now, plus another section's about 5 by 15 square foot, 3 more squares, as it spreads into the center of the stage.
Oh, right in the middle.
So near that whole wall's on fire now.
The whole back wall is just going up.
Okay. Fire's growing fast.
This is not...
Mephits are jerks. That's what we've learned here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Mephits are jerks.
Destructive jerks.
All right, Plame, the fire.
Yep, so Plame also saw the big blast, and he is going to kneel down behind that pew that he's standing in. So right now, he's about 2/3 in toward the stage from the back of the room where the door is, and he's on the left-hand side. So he's going to kneel down. He's going to hide, or use stealth, the tip to hide. So that is an 8. But then he is going to reload his crossbow. So that's 2 actions. And then he's going to pop up and shoot at the net. And that is an 18.
Ooh, that will hit. Nice. You needed a 17, so that's just a normal hit.
And just in case, I don't know what the roll was on the stealth, but if I was hidden from him, he would be off balance for me, or off guard for me. And
5-footed?
Yeah.
not 5-footed anymore, now it's off guard.
Oh, they renamed it.
Yep.
So in that case, you'd have hit by 3 because, he totally blew that wisdom check.
So that is a sneak attack then, in that case, because you said that he was off guard.
Oh, yeah, the Mephit's just totally just having fun over there.
Okay, so that would be a sneak attack, which means I would roll a die 8, and then I would add a die 6 for the sneak attack.
Ooh,
Nice.
nice.
11 points of damage.
Okay, he is just sucking up the fire around him. It's just sealing it up.
What a jerk.
Oh.
And that's his 3 rounds.
Or three actions.
Yeah, 3 actions.
All right. Now our wee little friend here, the Mephit, is going to move to the end along the wall, and he's going to spit fire again.
Well, what do you think of that, Boddy? These guys are intent on burning this place down. Boddy is not very impressed by these Mephits or his own ability to hit them, but he's going to try it again. Another ray of frost. Trying to blast these guys up the wall. Here we go. +6. 9 + 6 will give him a 15. Not enough. These guys are hard to hit.
It's all the flame, man. It's throwing off your ray of frost. So it's melting it.
Misses again, really frustrated with himself, just grunts and moves toward the door, and there's another person there. He says, "Come on, get out of here." Gets that guy out.
Well, Boddy, as you get to the door to throw that guy out, someone's standing there with a bucket of water.
Get in there, put the fire out.
He just hands it to you. He's like shaking his head. Nope.
So
Nope,
Boddy
he's not
now
going in there.
has a bucket of...
I mean, come on. He looks past you. The entire back wall's on flame. The corner of the wall's on flame. There's a fire demon running around going, just spitting fire everywhere. He's like, pushes the bucket into your hands.
Nice.
Awesome.
And you see more buckets coming behind you. All right, Inara, you are up.
All right, so difficult terrain. So I'm going to grab 2 more people back to the door. Are there any more buckets coming?
Yeah, there's more buckets coming.
How many buckets can I pick up with a +4 strength?
Make a strength check or athletics check.
I'll do modified 19.
Yeah, you can get one in each hand easy. No
Okay,
problem.
so 2.
They're big, several gallon buckets.
So I'm going to grab these 2 buckets, and I am going to move as far down the middle of the aisle as I can, and starting to head towards the fire in the back left corner with a 25 feet movement.
Just run in with these buckets, one in each
Alright.
hand. You'll make it to the stage. Fawin.
Fawin sees Inara coming with these 2 buckets. Fawin's on the stage. Inara's right there. And she says, "About time! Water, yes!" And she is now going to close within 30 feet of the Mephit that's on the far wall, which makes her about 20 feet away from the Mephit.
Okay.
And she's going to try another telekinetic projectile cantrip. It's a 2-action cantrip. A dice roll. Oh, dang it. That is a modified 9.
That is a modified no hit.
But not a critical failure, though, right?
Not a critical failure.
Okay.
Okay. Close.
It was close.
It just swooshes off into the fire someplace. The Mephit ducks it.
Oh, nope. To command Mesmer to do anything would take an action, and I'm out.
Okay, so fire's going to expand again. Connects to the fire on the back wall to make it one giant fire, and then it also spreads down the side.
So over half the dice is on fire.
So about 40% of the stage is on fire, and most of the left wall is on fire. Things are going great. The Mephit, he's loving it. And the smoke is getting thick. Everyone, please make me a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution save.
Yep.
That's an 11 for Boddy.
It is a 17 fortitude save.
17. I got a 16, just below what I needed.
Okay.
That's very high.
Yeah, I got a 12.
I have a +4 to my fortitude save for Fawin, giving me a grand total of 6. Makes perfect sense. She's up there. She's in the middle of it. She's never left the building or the stage.
I think the goblin should get a bonus because he's so short.
How much did you miss by?
5.
I'm still okay. Yeah, you're not that short. Inara?
Inara is used to being able to barely breathe, so she got a modified 26.
It's nothing.
She's been in many smoky halls.
Absolutely.
And everyone, take 3 points of inhalation damage.
Wow.
From the smoke. Except for Inara. So now back to the top of the round. Plame.
Plame is going to do a same repeat. He's going to duck down, come hidden with 14 roll. He is going to take the opportunity to reload. and we're going to pop up and shoot at the method.
Natural 1.
So modified 8.
That goes bad. I'll make dice 6 anyway, just because I want to have fun here.
A 1.
Ah, okay. So, this townsperson up front, yeah, you just shot him in the air.
Dang it! You got in between me and the guy! What do you think you're doing?
Dumbass.
Yes. Okay, Mr. Muppet here, he's going to run bump, 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 bump.
Uh-oh.
And he's going to cough.
Oh no!
Those guys, the other heroes that apparently aren't doing jack.
And a
They've been
pile
sitting there the
of
whole
peasants
time.
next to him, too.
Well, I'll say they probably saved a couple peasants. What he's going to do is, this is going to be the second row of benches. He's going to catch the first 10 foot of bench on fire. The second hero is out of range.
Okay.
And he's going to take 6 points. So yeah, he's about half hit points.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Alrighty. Boddy, what you gonna do?
Boddy is going to set down his bucket of water that somebody handed to him without him asking. And he's going to try to get these people out of there first. Silver gets 2 of them out, and then he'll try to blast this thing with another ray of frost.
Go for it.
All right, let's try this again. 12. He rolls a 12 total. Just blasting the wall with rays of frost.
And, yep. Alrighty. People, those 2 guys, far side, are going to escape. And now we're down to Inara. You got your 2 buckets of water.
Inara is going to take her 2 buckets over to the back left corner and douse the flames, I guess. If it seems kind of pointless.
Each bucket will quell 4 squares of fire.
Oh yeah!
Okay.
That's a 10 by 10 foot area, or you can spread it out how you like.
So I'll start with the wall where the fire method is. So starting in front of me, and then for the first one, and then to the left for the second one. Alrighty.
Alrighty. So Fawin?
So we're gonna try a telekinetic projectile again. With an 11 plus 7 is an 18.
That is a hit.
Woohoo! Yeah, come on.
Yes.
And 9 points of damage.
You catch it right in the side of the head, just like you did the other one. Whoosh. And poof. It disappears.
Yes! That is a 2-action cantrip. And so for her third action, she's going to dash toward the door to try and go get a bucket. Seeing Inara with a bucket.
Okay. Into the round, which means fires. All right, Plame.
Plame is going to, now that the method is gone, he's going to go back into rescue mode and again using his agility, just trying to hop over the tops of the rubble and grab a couple more peasants and start dragging them off to the center aisle. No, he's just going to get to the center aisle and push them. He's not going all the way down to the door.
And now it's up to Boddy.
He sees everybody moving around, and everybody just seems way too slow. And so he's going to concentrate for a second. You see him close his eyes and bring his hands together, and he casts Long Strider on himself, which gives him a plus 10 movement bonus.
Nice.
And he'll move back to his bucket for the other action in his turn.
These 2 guys are useless heroes. We're going to grab a couple peasants on this side, and they are going to get out of town. And we're down to Inara.
Honestly, she hasn't been very vocal, you've probably noticed. She's kind of frustrated that nobody else. She feels like she is the one that is saving this entire building. She's a little frustrated, but she feels good about herself. So she's going to run back down and get some more buckets. So that would be a double movement. And then grabbing 2 more would probably be the last action. Could I talk to the bucket people real quick? Sure, as part of that?
I will let you do it.
Okay.
I'll taking the buckets from them.
Listen, man. There's a fire back there. We're all struggling. You could at least put in a little bit of effort and, walk the buckets to us.
Roll me a charisma check. Diplomacy.
Do a diplomacy. So that's a modified 18. Wow. We're mad.
Yeah, you see Jan out there. He's like, you heard her, people. Let's go.
So
We're going. Yeah, let's go.
So they're actually going to start moving.
At least
in.
Jan is.
Jan, look
Jan
at him.
and add the Dwarven Council member. He'll also join him. He's hauling a couple buckets himself. And Fawin.
Fawin, yes, is going to use her move action to get down to the door Can she possibly take 2 buckets as well? I don't know.
What is your strength?
My strength is unmodified, so it's a 10.
10. Probably 2 buckets would encumber you. You could do 1 bucket, though.
I'll do 1 bucket for speed.
All right.
Could you telekinetically throw one of those buckets at the fire?
A telekinetic projectile has to be an item that is 1 bulk or less. So for this first one, I will just grab the bucket
and run back,
and then walk down there, get a bucket, and come back to the point where we're at now. Back to the front of the stage, and she'll just have to wait.
Oh, everyone, give me another save.
Oh, he's right.
17.
Gross. Boddy, it's a natural 1. We're known for a 9 total.
Plame has a modified 23.
Oh, that's because you're short. You don't run underneath it.
That's right. Only 12.
Takes max damage, dude. You take 6.
Oh, no.
Yep.
And everyone else 3 that failed?
Everyone else takes 3.
I got a modified 25.
Okay, so you don't either.
Boddy has a +3 Constitution modifier too. It's crazy. +8 fortitude, just not doing any good for him.
I got a +8. Yeah.
Yeah, we're both tough, but you're going to be tougher.
Make me a perception check there, Boddy.
Perception check.
Sorry,
Oh
you
my
mean
gosh!
it?
Don't tell me another method. Another natural 1. Boddy is too busy coughing his lungs out.
Cough. Plame. Perception check.
Perception. What do you want?
That red, that's not the dwarf's beard. He has like something wrapped around his face, like a big wet cloth.
Oh, smart.
Smart dwarf. You got to protect the beard.
You got him?
Well, he's a dwarf. He's probably spent time in the ford.
Okay, well, we're back at the top of the round, and this should probably be the last round here. What are you up to, Plame?
Are all the peasants out?
Yeah, there's 1 left.
So Plame will look around. So he's going to, again, clamber over all the rubble, grab the guy.
It's a little
drag
kid. You have no problem carrying him.
Pick him up and carry him out the door. 1, 2, 3, 4. So a move action get to him. A move action get back to the hallway. I can just make it to the door.
You get to be the big hero there. They look up, the flames, licking the building. The doors come flying open. Here comes Plame. So you guys have a bucket brigade. There's no more enemies left. So what is the party's general consensus here? Let's just do a wrap up real quick.
Boddy is just grabbing buckets and running toward the front and trying to douse the flames as fast as he can.
Okay.
With his long strider and
Fight Nick.
he's just quick.
I think with the
confidence
monsters
work.
gone, I think the town leaders probably have a bit more confidence to help.
Start sending people in unless the monsters are gone. Yep. All right. So, yeah, it's a lot of flame. It's going to take you guys, but it'll take several minutes. You guys are done. You're hot. You're exhausted. You're covered in soot. And all the townspeople are gathered around outside as you come stumbling out of the burnt-up building. And that is where we will end it.
Because firefighters are heroes.
Right.
They are. They're the real heroes. They're the real heroes.
Wayfinder Legends is a production of Render RPG, LLC, and all original characters and artwork are the property of the respective creators. The Age of Ashes Adventure Path was originally produced by Paizo Publishing, and all Paizo characters, titles, and artwork are used with respect under the guidelines of the OGL and ORC gaming licenses. If you like what you've heard, join the party at patreon.com/renderdnd. You'll get additional content, Discord access, quarterly gifts, and more. Join the party at patreon.com/reddirtdnd.
Oh yeah, the fire, it comes out and you see it climb up the bookshelf and start running down the bookshelf away from you.
Okay.
Like on little feet.
Yes. Wait. It was fast. He had a race car.
I totally thought he was going to say, "Look out, they got crossbows!"
That's hilarious.
How many XP do I get for the peasant?
Roll your damage first.
That's a great reference.
Well, right now the fire is giving you the finger. I mean, literally, there's a little flamey guy over here. He sees you coming up with the buckets of water, and he throws you the finger.
I Okay.
It's a rude little method.
This hasn't affected
She's
you
just
at all.
breathing in and blowing it back out.
She's like, you wussies. She's
I love
carrying
the
people
smell
two
of
at a
burning
time.
in the morning.
Boddy, you can't hit for anything with that. That was incredible. Like, man, your dice do not want you to use icy finger. What is it?
Ray of Frost.
Ray of
Icy
Frost.
finger,
They do
like
not
that.
want you to use that, man.
They intentionally weighted your dice, I'm telling you.
Intentionally weighted your dice down.
SDY dice.
2, 6,
For all
Hey.
Dice Goblin. But it's not Dice Hobgoblins. That's
No,
the problem.
it's not dice hobgoblins. There you go.
It's the mismatch. It's the mismatch. It's confusing the dice.
They want you to get your full use of your funds. You got to use all the numbers.
It's
Nicely
been a good
done.
dice in the past. I'm not gonna give up on it. Not yet. So pretty.